your wings, and notice too, I see the moon from me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. I see friends shaking hands, say, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
This video is like simultaneously the most racist thing on the internet in two different ways, because you got the Asian guy saying world with the R for the L, where the L should be, and also in blackface.
I've never seen that one. I was scrolling through and I was like, what is this? Japanese Louis Armstrong. I'm like, I guess this is going up today. Oh, that did not disappoint. What's going on, boys? What up, Wayne?
Yeah, that was a pretty popular clip a few years ago. That's hilarious.
Dude, that's awesome.
I don't remember seeing it until here. Yeah,
Where else?
Until here.
I tried to get speaking of popular clips a few years ago. I tried to get Trey to watch the Pachelbel's Canon in D rant, where the guy talks about how Pachelbel's Canon in D is following him through, like stalking him through life, and it's in every song everywhere he goes.
What are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right. And the song itself is everywhere. Yeah.
What do you?
Yeah, I was doing when I was learning to play guitar a few years ago. You know, a lot of the songs you learn are kind of sound alike songs. You know what I mean? But it really does. And once you realize that like every song is like the same 4 chords, you know, it's like it really is incredible. You're like, wow, how does not more music sound the same? You know, it's there's what 8 notes. Well, I guess 13 or something if you go to half.
Well, I mean that's kind of why a lot there are a lot of songs do sound alike. That's why sometimes you hear a tune and then like you get it confused for another song.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know I've done that.
Like Nickelback effect.
Formula, man.
Yeah.
There's no new music anymore.
Yeah.
We're gonna run out eventually, right?
Well, yeah, and even amongst not poppy shit, I mean, again, there's only so much you can do with it. You know what I mean? That's why I hate all this song, like the big lawsuits. Like this song kind of sounds like,
Well, and then they actually like steal the song.
Yeah, sometimes that does happen.
Yeah, like Vanilla Ice actually like literally ripping straight from what was it, Under Pressure by
Under Pressure,
David Bowie. Like
Vanilla Ice is way better.
Where it's not like, I get it. I mean, it's a catchy beat, like da 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 da. Like, yeah, you can see where somebody could come up with that organically, and then later on be like, oh shit, these sound exactly the same, except for in that case it was like literally just straight ripped off.
Ghost Spurs. Is that? That's no, stupid Carlos.
What?
I imagine that's what he's.
Yeah, it's Carlos.
Same page, Spuds.
I bet
it's not really a beat. Yeah.
It's football talk.
Yeah.
That's not Prince Harry.
This is a fair point. SCG is right though. Like rap always has to sample other stuff because like that's how you get the best rap songs. Is that you have.
Do you remember when Kid Rock How long ago was it Kid Rock put that song out? It was like a.
Yeah.
It was like Skinner
Um,
Credence and Skinner and somebody else, I think, right?
I think
Yeah.
He
he
like
got.
mashed them up.
I think he got like permission from all of them to
Well,
do that, though.
I'm sure he probably did.
There
But I
was-
just,
there was that Red Hot Chili Pepper song, Danny California. That was a big deal when that one came out like 20 years ago because of
was it?
It sounds like something. Yeah, because oh fuck, I don't remember. It's a shitty song, but some older song,
Yeah.
Billy Joel or something. It sounds like this one's currently like going on. It's Ed Sheeran is getting sued by Marvin Gaye's estate because they say that Thinking Out Loud sounds like Let's Get It On. Which once I listened to them both, I was like, I guess, but I never picked it out. You know.
Yeah,
I
that
guess
seems like a
Yeah.
stretch.
he brought his guitar to court with him and just started playing he's like, look, here's the same song but done in some other artist, and then here's the same but he's like, here's how all songs sound alike. And he actually brought his guitar into court and fucking played
Yeah, Steven made me angry. Sorry.
Everybody's making you angry this morning. You need to go calm down, smoke a joint, drink a
Look,
cup of coffee, come back in
just
about
need-
10 minutes,
He just needs to get
refreshed and
some tasty Miller Lite.
I-
He needs.
Blood Sugar
Oh,
Sex
God.
Magic is a fantastic
Yeah,
album.
he just needs some good Miller Lite here.
Here's a little known fact. Women were among the very first to brew beer ever. From Mesopotamia to the Middle Ages to colonial America, women were the ones doing the brewing. Centuries later, how did the industry pay homage to the founding mothers of beer? They put us in bikinis. Wow.
naked.
Look at this wild. It's time beer made it up to women. So today, Miller Lite is on a mission to clean up not just their but the whole beer industry's Miller Lite has been scouring the internet for all this and buying it back so that they can turn it into good for women brewers. Literally, good How, you ask? Ladies, take it away.
First, we turn the bad into compost. Then we feed compost to worms. Push out beautiful fertilizer. That good helps farmers grow quality hops, which is then donated to women brewers to make their own really good
But there's definitely
Loading
more
finish.
out there. In your attic, in the garage, in your parents' basement. Send any you got into Miller Lite, and they'll turn that into good too.
Do you think they take humans?
So here's to women, because without us,
I
there
hope.
would be no.
Can I send them a flaming bag and ring the doorbell?
Got some shit for you.
Yeah, just send it,
Shit
just literally
again.
bag it up. Someone literally said we need to get this to show this to 4chan, then that way they'll actually send it to.
I think it was Don. I think it was Don the pleb.
Yeah, no,
Said that.
he's like, just get this to 4chan, let them send out. Oh, dude, that'd be so hilarious. Like all of a sudden they just get piles of manure just on their doorstep.
Well, and obviously
Just
women
like
were
they
the
do in
original
France,
ones brewing the beer because the men were actually out hunting. The women needed to
Yeah.
be in the kitchen, and if they were in the kitchen, they,
Were probably brewing the
this
beer.
goes back to this is like a deep-seated alcoholism amongst women. Men went out and did shit. Women sat around and figured out ways to get drunk. And
Yeah.
then like the Adam and Eve with the apple thing, then the women started passing it on, all of their degeneracy on to the men, and here we see where society is today.
God, I'm just so helpless without these devil women making me do bad things. Oh shit! Sorry, Justin. I was just kidding, man. Look, all right.
I've got to
You're
jump
getting
out of the
pulled
truck
over.
right quick. I'll be right back.
So is that?
Yeah,
supposed to
he's
be
right.
like-
They,
Go ahead.
they always pick the most annoying women.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, women
it's-
love wine more than anything.
Did you guys know that women used to do all the cooking? Yes. I do. Joe who used to do all the blacksmithing? I mean, come on.
Yeah, women like to wine, whether it's drink wine or wine.
Hey, if my wife wants to make booze for me, I'm not going to complain. I'm just saying.
That's
No,
right. If she
no.
wants to, learn how to, make all of that stuff, I'm not gonna say anything. Hell, I'll grow all the hops she wants.
You guys, I think it's just probably just me. It's too hot down here. You guys get to grow, you guys get to grow hops up there.
Yeah, we've got the right climate for it here. I could if I wanted to. I haven't messed with it, but
I think like when you get into the growing them for brewing purposes, like you got to grow like 3 or 4. You can't just grow one kind. I guess maybe you could, but I feel like you got to have
a variety of the different kinds, right?
And then you it's like a vine, and you get a million of them. And, what am I supposed to do with that many hops? I don't know.
sell them to your friends. Have everybody start brewing. Start competing with each other. Like, let's see who makes the best. And then we don't have to buy Bud Light or Miller Lite piss water anymore at all. And just have homebrew be like 8% alcohol, and we'll all just sit around drunk all the time.
Like
you guys ever make like fruit wine?
No.
I have a buddy that does.
I hear it's terrible, but I feel like if I make it myself, it'll be fine. I'll just make it really alcoholic.
I've had trouble with watermelon, like getting it to ferment either as wine or kombucha, stuff like that. I feel like it's I don't know, it could just be me, but it always seemed to like rot before it would ferment. Like I don't know what it was about it. I don't know if I left there was too much pulp in it or what, but
it was too watery.
Yeah, maybe that was too watery. I don't know, but
we need to like drain it first.
Yeah, I drained it, but it still didn't. I don't know. I've always had troubles with that one. Other stuff I've been able to get to go. My country wines for my cooking.
Nice. Yeah, I wanna learn to do that, but I got to get the garden going first. Maybe it's just my deep-seated like remembrance of the song "Watermelon Crawl" that really makes me want to make watermelon wine. But I just feel like it's one of the fruits I can grow easily in like massive quantities here. So.
Yeah,
probably better there than trying to grow like watermelon up here. It's kind of harder on this kind of. A lot of the ground is a lot more, I guess, rough up here, like because we're kind of elevated. We're a little bit more have a higher elevation up here. So
they grow watermelons commercially right down the road from me.
Yeah. Do you pick up the leftovers?
No, all the cows get them. It's funny, this time of year you just see mounds of watermelons in the cow pastures. My neighbor's family has a watermelon farm though, so they gave me one. So yeah, I mean, in one sense or another, one appeared on my property. So, it's huge. It's still sitting on the table. I don't know if it's quite ripe yet. It's thumping it.
CDs in Florida? I didn't know CDs in Florida. Brevard County. Are you guys like neighbors?
Hold on. Let me pull up a map. We have a lot of counties. I should know where they all are. I'm literally about as central as you can get.
Right on that shaft.
We got buddy. We had a big blackberry bush and a pretty decent sized raspberry bush at our old house. And a couple summers ago, the blackberry bush like just exploded. I was picking about a gallon of blackberries every day, and like I just couldn't keep up. And so a buddy of mine was like, "You want me to make you some wine?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" So he made us. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was right at a gallon of blackberry wine, and it was super sweet and very high alcohol content. Everybody got drunk really quick whenever that night that we all sat around and drank that. It was hilarious.
I got a couple elderberries coming along.
Oh,
try to do that. There's lots of umbels flowering. Speaking of umbels, you guys see
elderberries?
what's his name's back?
Yeah, narrows it
Um,
way down.
Yeah,
Fetterman.
elderberry. I'm
Fetterman.
not sure what you said, but yeah, they're supposed to be really like the elderberry extract and shit's supposed to be really good for you.
Yeah.
If that's what you said.
Oh,
I don't
Clyde
know.
said Clyde said somebody's back. I was like, that really narrows it down.
We were talking about like
Back where? Doing what?
What's his name there? Shrek. The goiter on his neck. You know.
Oh.
Oh, Fetterman.
Yeah.
Fetterman, that's the guy. There we go.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Fetterman's back. So let's see hear him speak here. He's actually
Between him, Kamala, and Biden, like, it amazes me. Like, and Feinstein, whatever her name is, like.
We need to find a way for him to get all. We need to find a way for him to get Fetterman, Biden, and Kamala all on stage talking unscripted together. Just let them have like an open mic conversation. Yeah, have like a town hall thing where a bunch of like crazed leftists ask them questions and then they just like ramble on for hours on end talking to each other.
Staggering responsibility that the head of a bank could literally crash our economy. It's astonishing. That's like if you have, I mean, like, and they also realize is that now they have a guaranteed way to be saved by no matter how, you know. So
what am I saying?
Isn't it a problem that this kind of control should be more stricter?
Get me out of here.
Prevent this kind of thing from going? Or
Like
should we
those
just
ears
go on
don't pull up
and
his
start
glasses.
Failing and sailing whoever bank, regardless of how.
He doesn't even have on his ears. He has
Just squeeze his head.
yeah, they're just like hooked, like. How can
It's a
you?
pressure
He's not
fit.
even using them to see.
I'll give you an
How?
example.
How?
The Republicans want to give a work requirement for SNAP. You know, for a hungry family has to have this kind of penalties.
I don't know how like SNAP benefits have anything. I mean, I agree. You know, I mean, as far as like, it's weird to like. I guess to make someone work for something if you're gonna give it away for free anyway. Like, I don't know. It's like you know, if they're working, why don't they just earn the money? But yeah, like he's trying to say like SNAP benefits are somehow equivalent to bank bailouts. Like that's weird.
You don't even try to process what he says. Like it's just you're gonna give yourself an aneurysm trying to think. You know? I mean, that's
And then you'll be in worse shape than him.
Look, I told my wife I'd have a stroke before I'm 30. So
Is it his speechwriter's fault? Like the speechwriter wrote that, and he went there, and he sat down, and he started reading through it, and it just like the stupidity of what was in the speech popped something in his brain, and now
maybe
he can't. Like maybe it's the speechwriter's fault. I mean,
maybe
somebody,
the
there is somebody,
speechwriter was having a stroke when they were writing it.
there is somebody. There's somebody putting this shit down on paper for them to say. Like, you know, they're not coming up with this off the cuff.
The speechwriter actually wrote like this beautiful, eloquent speech, but he made the mistake of not spelling all the big words phonetically. So he just couldn't figure out what the fuck was on the paper. So he just sort of started spazzing out like that. You know?
Well,
he
also
had to go off script.
And also, like, maybe he has something in there that like triggers something in Fetterman's like stroked brain that he's just like, I need to talk about this.
Did I see that Karine Jean-Pierre is leaving the press secretary?
I didn't see that.
Is it always such a revolving door of a job? I feel like not just in the Biden time here, but even in like the Trump time, didn't they go through a lot of them?
Trump was
Yeah,
don't-
he had let's see, he had Huckabee, like, what's it?
Sarah Huckabee and Sanders, and then I thought he only had two like prominent
He had
ones. It was
Kelly
Sarah
McEnany.
Huckabee Sanders and Kelly McEnany.
I think that was his only two. But
Really?
I don't
thought he had,
remember.
like,
Like,
three.
it is still kind of a tough job because like they have to sit there and they have to deal with all the questions and you know all the press are trying to be like, well, didn't the president say this, blah blah blah, and it's like, well, you know, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, or maybe you have to add.
So you're saying lying is a
I
hard
could-
job?
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you who a single one of George W. or Obama's press secretaries were. Like, it doesn't seem. I feel like them becoming like a mainstream name happened with the Trump administration because the press was going after them so hard, and then he actually had like good people in those positions who went back at, like, came back hard at the press. So, because Sarah,
And then now
Sarah
with
Huckabee,
Biden, like
Sounds
they're
like me.
they're basically having to be the whole, they're having to be the whole like front for Joe
administration.
Biden. Yeah. They're having to run Joe Biden's presidency. Like,
Well, I mean, that was what Jen Psaki did for the first year. Was like there were no public statements from Joe Biden. It was all Jen Psaki.
That's why they can't do it for more than like a short period of time. They'll start fucking shorting out like Fetterman there.
Maybe they just like
they just don't want to deal with the like Reagan, like, you know, they don't want to have to another Reagan situation, I guess.
they just can't lie as well as these people we have in office, and so if you get a new one, you know, you don't have to remember the lies you already told. You're starting from blank slate.
Start from scratch. Like, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter the lies in the past. These are new lies, okay?
Who was it? There was somebody that did a like kind of a tell-all interview sort of thing, like after having left being in one of those like cabinet positions, that said like keeping up with the lies and constantly lying was like hurting their soul. Like, it was like they felt like they were damned to hell for how much they lied in that position. Like, it was the reason they left was because it was like becoming a like weighing on their conscience so much. I could have swore there was somebody that like did like an interview and talked about that. I read too much stuff. Like,
I believe it.
I would bookmark everything that I read, but I've already got 17 tabs open. Like, at some point, functionality of the computer has to take precedent over like keeping everything open and bookmarked that I read and find interesting.
Speaking of finding things interesting,
Uh-oh.
I was just bringing this up like for fun, and I didn't realize that he says they drops N-bombs right here in the beginning. Let's see.
Sophomore in high school, whatever it was, she had the nigger down. However, it was Steve's fault. He had the nigger down. He let him up. Nigger blast, nigger line tag.
This is a tape I've probably talked about it on here at length, but it's a sting operation tape where it's like Roger Clinton like snorting coke, and I was just wanted to pull it like to see what, you know, see if there's anything good in it, and it just starts right off with him dropping M-bombs. I'm like, oh shit. I don't know we're getting into this. Oh, I hope that doesn't fuck up our tape. It's a YouTube video that I'm pulling that from. Hope it doesn't fuck up our stream. Sorry if it did. M-bombs in there.
It's fine. I've said nigger before and it never got taken down.
Oh.
This is him talking about slinging
Is
coke.
that Bill's dad?
Bill's brother.
Brother.
Yeah, and there's like there's plenty of it.
You don't know anything about
They're chopping that shit up.
Why is it always the
Starts
brother?
fucking
Like,
ripping down.
Biden's brother is in deep with some like crazy illegal shit too.
Who's Biden's brother?
Oh,
It's not his kids.
no. Well,
Billy
his
Biden?
kids, yeah. No, it's.
I want to say,
shit.
is it like Jeff? 'Cause I know that they
Joe,
have. It's like Joe. I think it's like Jeff. Here.
I can't remember. Yeah, he's. So his brother in a lot of the
James
stuff with Hunter.
or Francis.
Yeah, that's it, James. His brother, a lot of the stuff that like Hunter has been cited in, like Joe's brother was right there, like side by side with Hunter every step of the way, running a bunch of this shit. Probably because they knew Hunter wasn't reliable enough to do it on his own. So you got to have, you know, Uncle James or whatever, like there to make sure Hunter doesn't just,
supervise.
like, go off on a coke bender and completely fuck the whole thing up.
The
Or, you know,
Yeah,
accidentally
ruin all
drop
his fun.
his
12-year-old
laptop
girl.
off at a repair shop and then forget to get it, and it end up in the hands of the FBI, who then ignores it for like months and months until it finally gets leaked to the New York Post, and then gets cited as misinformation and fake news until the election's over and they admit that the whole thing is legit. Or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember the exact timeline. I'm just saying. It's all hypothetical.
Speaking of leaks, did you guys see the Durham report stuff?
I don't know what that is, so bring
All
it
I
up.
saw was Schiff talking somewhere about like I don't know, putting it down, saying he had no business doing what he was doing. Durham.
Well, Durham. Let's see. So the gist of it is that they found out that the government was trying to craft like a particular narrative about Donald Trump during the election campaign. Forget where.
Shocker!
There was a good summary. Like they were actually they were spying on him. They were trying to gather information to be able to use against him. And they were saying he was in contact with Russian intelligence officials, when in actuality Hillary was.
It was Hilda. Yeah, I saw that part. If we want to talk about puppets, like Hillary's the actual like she was closer to Putin than old Trumpy Pants was.
Yeah, well, I mean, like
well, that was the really funny thing about like the whole Steele dossier and everything else, and all of the like Trump Russian collusion stuff, was when all of that stuff came out, and then you finally like get to the bottom of it. What you end up finding out is that Russia was actually much more closely tied to Hillary, and the Hillary's whole like camp was in more close contact with Russia than Trump ever was. Like, yeah, the only like Trump Russia connection was a bunch of supposed like
phone
Russian
calls
bots on Facebook,
and then phone calls, and then he made a couple phone calls to people. That was it, like a couple phone calls, and then but I think that was because he expected to win, so he was trying to communicate with them so that way that he knew like, hey, like when I get in office, like you guys are gonna have to contact me. But I don't think there was anything like, there was no like quid pro quo or anything like that, like they were saying.
Hey, when I'm in office. Yeah.
But here's so like this it says the government possessed no verified intelligence reflecting that Trump or the Trump campaign was involved in a conspiracy or collaborative relationship with officials of the Russian government. But, I mean, that's one of the biggest things. Let's see. There were a few other things in the papers here. Noticeable departure for how it approached prior matters. Possible attempted foreign election interference plans aimed at the Clinton campaign. Blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean that basically it completely exonerates what they were trying to say about Trump anyway. Like, oh, he's a Russian agent. You know, this kind of stuff. Like, jeez. Like, who really believes that though? Like, I don't.
This is my favorite Hillary Clinton video.
Oh my God, they hid it under the stage?
No, wait, look. How much money do we have to waste on needless spin when we should be focusing all our attention on the education of our... Whoa there, girl. On the education of our children. I declare.
Oh my God. You think they could have hidden a nuclear device up Mrs. Clinton's?
I'm not sending any of my men in there.
And for anybody watching on the replay later, that was a South Park clip of the what was it, the palm sniffing pig going after
Yeah.
Hillary's butthole.
The snoop.
For whatever reason, every time every time we run a South Park clip, I have to go back and trim it out later. I mean,
Oh,
I say
fuck, I'm sorry.
Really?
No, it's fine. Keep running them. It's just it makes it better for the people who are watching live. They actually get to see it. And anybody that watches it on the replay doesn't.
I would think that'd be like a little more.
So see, for those of you who are watching this, on Thursday or Friday and didn't watch it live on Wednesday, this is why you should show up live for the show. Talking about you, Magoo.
So we were talking about the press earlier. Elon got his taste of the press recently. He's been tweeting a lot. He's been replying. He's been talking about George Soros. So apparently the reporters want to ask him about it.
But how do you make a choice? You don't see. I mean, in terms of when you're going to engage. I mean, for example, even today, Elon, you tweeted this thing about George Soros. Well, I'm looking for it because I want to make sure I quote it properly. But I mean, you know what you wrote. But you basically.
It reminds me of Magneto. This is like, calm down, people. This is not like made a federal case out of it.
You also you said he wants to erode the very fabric of civilization, and Soros hates humanity. Like when you do something like that, do you?
Yeah, I think that's true. That's my opinion.
Okay, but why share it? Why share it? Especially, why share it when people who buy Teslas may not agree with you, advertisers on Twitter may not agree with you. Why not just say, hey, I think this. You can tell me. We can talk about it over there. You can tell your friends. But why share it? Why?
I mean, this is freedom of speech. I'm allowed to say
not?
what I
You
want.
absolutely are. But I'm trying to understand why you do, because you have to know it's got a. It puts you in the middle of the partisan divide in the country. It makes you a lightning rod for criticism. I mean, do you like that? People today saying he's an anti-Semite. I don't think you are.
No, I'm definitely. I'm like a pro-Semite, if anything.
I believe that probably is the case.
Yes.
But why would you even introduce the idea that would be the case?
I mean, look, we don't want to make this a George Soros interview.
No, God, no. I don't want to at all. But what I'm trying. Even came up though in the annual meeting. I mean, do your tweets hurt the company? Are there Tesla owners who say, I don't agree with his political position and I know it because he shares so much of it? Or are there advertisers on Twitter that Linda Yaccarino will come and say, you got to stop, man. Or, I can't get these ads because of some of the things you tweet.
Autism loading, buffering.
He's trying to come up with the perfect response.
I'm reminded of there's a scene in The Princess Bride. Great movie.
Great.
Where he confronts the person who killed his father. And he says, offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
So you just don't care.
I'm gonna share that clip and tag Elon. I'm gonna say, hey Elon Musk, get Carrie Yules to unblock me. That was
that was pretty great. I mean, whatever you think about Elon, personally, I love how he destroys the press.
I love how much dead air he left on a live interview.
Yeah.
See that often.
That was hard. That's hard to do, man.
Yeah, that was impressive.
that was reminiscent of one of my regular episodes.
Yeah, if I remember
My current record's 27 seconds.
If I remember listening to one of Justin's solo shows, sometimes there's I'll just be listening while I'm working or something like that. I'll just put it on, be listening while I'm working, and I'll just hear silence for a minute, and I'm like, oh, wait, did I pause it or something?
Don't get a phone call.
It's not that long, but I will go for close to 10 seconds where I just sit there and think about how I'm gonna word this. If you're trying to get over, lady, you were a dumbass. You should have gotten behind me. You go on.
I haven't heard Elon actually speak very much, I guess.
Yeah, me neither.
And whenever I do, it's I don't know, it's strange.
He has a weird accent. I don't know what it is. It's not like
South African, right?
Yeah, well, he's from South Africa, but I mean, he's lived in the States for God knows how long. So like, how does he not have
It's a touch of
a
British.
better? Yeah, he almost sounds
it,
British.
it lingers. I mean, you can't, if you grew
Well,
up with
that's
an
the-
accent, you'll always have like a little bit of it.
He's got to be
That's
cool
that white-
anyhow. You know, he's got to.
That's that white South African accent. It's British. They were all just British colonizers. That makes sense. It's not like he's gonna have an African accent, sound like he came like plucked straight out of the Congo or something.
Hey man,
Rich ass burgers. they have a sound about them. You can usually pick one out. That's entertaining though. That he talks shit. I'm still on the somehow the super villain arc. With Elon, but I'm for anything that's interesting.
I mean, good. he can always turn. I mean, he can do. I mean, he kind of turned with the appointment of the new CEO, like because she's all pro-mask, pro-vax. Like, hey, like let's moderate more. We need to moderate more, please, advertisers.
I don't think honestly, I don't think he has a choice. I think with the money he got and gets, for Tesla, for Star, all that shite and everything else. I mean, I guarantee he's, even if it's not real, like they have, here we're gonna what did they do? Depose him with he just went to court for something, didn't he? Or they were gonna.
Oh, that was just that's a fake. I mean, it's not like a serious trial. They're trying to get him to come be subpoenaed for some kind of Epstein thing or something like that. Even though he's never he's not on the Epstein logs that we've seen or anything. I don't know. They're trying to connect him to Epstein somehow or something.
Well, it's just flexing. It's just flexing, saying look, hey, we can do this. Push a little harder, and we can push harder too. I get that sense. It's that sort of.
Probably. Yeah.
I don't know. That's just I need to get the.
Well,
spaghetti strainer on my
the thing
head.
is, he owes so many
He is
people,
not
right?
He doesn't have a mutually exclusive reliance on the U.S. government. The whole Starlink thing has made him a global thing. So the U.S. government can try to back him into a corner on this stuff, but he has other options for what he does. He doesn't have to be beholden to them if he doesn't want to be. So I think there's probably an extent to which he'll do some shit to make his life a little bit easier. But at the same time, if he decides he wants to call George Soros Magneto and say that he hates humanity, then he's got that fuck you money and influence to be able to just do that.
Yeah.
I see.
But he can say his own opinions, but as far as his companies go, his companies still have to abide by the rules, I guess. That's the biggest problem. Is even with Twitter, he's gonna have to, because he got a lot of financing. He didn't have just 54 billion to just blow on actually buying Twitter himself. He had to go get financing and be able to get other investors to come in on board with him. He didn't just have all that cash on hand to be able to just buy that. So he had to partner with people, and he owes them something. So that's part of the deal.
I don't think you can attribute George Soros to be like it's U.S. government that he's going to piss off. I think it's a bigger conglomerate, of people. When you talk bad about George Soros, it's not just U.S. government is going to be angry. It's everything he controls, which is much bigger than just the U.S. government.
Well, yeah, he's got it all the way down. There's a lot of different people involved, that are friends with George Soros too. Who are, it's not just George Soros, it's all his network. You get all the people from his network who are the media shills. You get the other politicians. You get everybody involved.
BlackRock and Vanguard and
I mean, all the companies, all the major corporations. He's networked with all the right people. That's what George Soros. like the problem that he presents.
How long until he dies, George Soros?
Oh man, he is looking old, huh? But then again, he always has.
Adrenochrome, man.
I guess that's what happens when you survive Auschwitz, right?
Oh, speaking of...
You become immortal. Like he survived the gas chambers and now he's just immortal.
I don't think he survived the gas chambers. I think he had a different type of influence where the gas chambers were concerned.
6 million plus one.
No.
Speaking of aging a certain kind of way, this bitch is like 82 or something.
I thought we might hold on to Martha in a bathing suit for Friday. That seems like a good Friday topic, but let's go ahead. I mean, this is if Miller Lite wanted to change the image of women in bikinis promoting their beer, they should have just given Martha Stewart her bathing suit and a bikini and a beer and put her out there. Like we're gonna make this a more classy representation. Plus, you get women back in the kitchen. That's what Martha's always been promoting: is how to cook better meals.
Well, unfortunately for Sports Illustrated, they have an alternate cover that isn't Martha.
Is it Lizzo?
Well, it's as bad, I guess. This is Kim Petras, whatever, from like Germany. This is a dude that's became a chick and is a singer. Yeah, but so this is the alternative cover.
Did they at least get the tuck job right? Because I feel like if they put like Dylan Mulvaney or Leah Thomas on there, it would be like
tuck. No, you gotta embrace the bulge, right? I thought you're supposed to embrace the bulge, right?
You got
flesh-colored duct tape that they use
to tuck that thing back.
Yeah,
like,
that's got to be a product on the market, right?
Run it up the butt crack.
Like all the way up. Oh yeah, like, wraps all the way around.
Have y'all seen that like mouth tape stuff for? It's supposed to be like for sleeping in to keep your mouth shut and help you like breathe through your nose and breathe better. It's some sort of it's some sort of like a tape. I was like,
zip ties.
that's what I was thinking when I was looking at it. I was like, this stuff seals a mouth closed like pretty thoroughly, like because these people are having to like peel this stuff off to get it off. Like you can't just like open your mouth and pop it off. I'm like, who are they marketing this for exactly?
I wonder if they have special Adam's apple tape.
Like,
take down that Adam's apple, boy.
It just smooths it out, so you don't see all the bumps.
Like,
you know?
Yeah. So instead of you actually seeing it, it's just kind of like makes it flat.
Well, it's funny because there was a side-by-side picture of Dylan Mulvaney. Like one of them was just like a regular TikTok video of him talking about something, and then another one was in the like full get up and everything, and like in the one that's just like a regular video, and it's from recently. It's like within the last month or so. It's like, man, there's a 5 o'clock shadow, and this just looks like a little effeminate dude. Like there's nothing looks female about this guy at all.
Do you think when he gets home,
roll him out on the red carpet?
Yeah.
Do you think when he gets home at the end of the day, he like puts his feet up on the ottoman, puts on a pair of like jeans, boxer shorts,
probably
puts his feet up, tells his wife to go get him a sandwich, and
Well, I don't think he's got a wife, but yeah, there is a lot of speculation that the whole thing is just an elaborate act. Which I mean, we've said as much. But I saw an article and actually had read through it for an episode. I can't remember if I did a daily on it or if it was a full episode. But read through the whole thing and like this dude's history of like very anti-woman type of comedy and stuff like that was pretty prevalent. And like the early videos, and even the recent ones, like everything about this whole shtick is making fun of women, like creating this over-the-top caricature of women that paints them as ditzy and pathetic and like super dramatic and all of the things that are like the cartoonish versions of women.
No.
I mean, if you're going to troll women, this is the way to do it. Because now accused of misogyny or anything like that because, you know, trans whatever.
When he
Back to
drops
Martha
it,
Stewart.
it
Why
says,
did you
like,
take the picture down? That was exciting.
Wait, what?
I was trying to
Do you
find
think he's gonna
like
like
other pictures.
end it all and be
She's
like, you know,
81.
this was a joke, or do you think he's just gonna be like, oh, I was just confused? Like, how's it
If
gonna end?
statistics prove themselves out, he'll end it all.
Oh,
I think
I mean,
SDG said it, but I don't know.
What did he say?
Oh.
Well, I thought we were going back to Martha.
Oh yeah, take us back to Martha. We did not spend nearly enough time on
Do you think
how impressive that is for an 80-year-old.
Do you think Snoop is hitting that, or did hit that?
Oh, I guarantee Snoop
Or do
hit
you think
that.
it's just like
I
platonic?
guarantee Snoop hit that.
For shizzle my nizzle.
You gotta ask like why.
At least
like,
you're not
I
on a news network, because
understand.
apparently you'd get fired if you said that on news.
There you
Like, she's
go.
not an unattractive 80-year-old lady, but like, I mean, the logistics involved, I think, would be.
She's probably using some of that same tuck and tape, but for different reasons.
She's like, she got tucked the fat roll up a little bit, like,
pinning it back. It's like that Simpsons meme where it's all the fat's all like clothespin behind Homer. You know.
Think when Snoop gets done with her, she's like, it's a really good thing.
I've got a Snoop Dogg cookbook, and I think like the whole foreword is like dedicated to her. So, yeah.
How did
There could be
they end up
something there?
like becoming such good friends?
I think they were at the same white collar prison together at the same time. They were probably bunkmates.
I don't think Snoop's ever gone, has he?
I
don't think he's a felon. Isn't that meme where like she's a felon and he isn't? Like with the two of them together. And
it's like
it's
a picture of them. It's like one of these is a felon, one of these is a felon, and the other one isn't.
Who was that other white cook lady that got in trouble for a bunch of racism stuff?
Paula Deen.
Paula Deen, yeah.
Yeah.
She's still around?
That they gave me.
Oh yeah, she's kind of made a resurgence. She did her apology and everything got like taken down, and then she's kind of circled back and started doing stuff again. Like people in the South aren't going to be mad at Paula Deen for making racist comments for very long. Like that only pisses off a very exclusive crowd, and that's not the crowd that she was catering to anyway. So it's not like it mattered. Like you knew there was going to be the public outcry, and you know.
Well,
she was going to do an apology, and then after that, it was going to be business as usual. Like people in the South don't give a shit about that. I guarantee you, her cookbook is in like every black woman's house or every black woman's kitchen anyway. Like even after that.
Yeah.
Like whatever, she knows how to make some fried chicken. She say whatever she wants.
If you want the fried chicken breaded in hot Cheetos, you got to go for the Snoop Dogg cookbook.
Say what? What did you just say?
If you want the fried chicken recipe for fried chicken breaded in flaming hot Cheetos, then that's the Snoop Dogg book. Yeah.
That sounds delicious, actually.
Yeah.
How do you grind that up? Do you put it in a plastic bag and beat it with the rolling pin, or do you put that in like a blender type of a thing? And
I don't know.
What kind of
I haven't made it yet.
consistency do we want to go for with this? You're the chicken man.
It can't get too mushy. If it gets too mushy, it'll just be like a shell. You gotta leave it. You know,
I've
like
been
Rice
frying
Krispies,
chicken
it's
in
like
pork rinds. That's good. Pork panko. No hot Cheetos. or cornflakes.
You just inspired me. I think I'm gonna make some fried chicken with these things.
Ooh, pretzel fried. Interesting. I fucks with it.
I feel like
So
pretzels
you guys-
are too hard, man.
Yeah, but Justin's got manly teeth. He doesn't even use Novocaine. He's using big chunks of sharp pretzels. He doesn't give a fuck. Throw some Captain Crunch in that bitch. He's got a tough mouth.
Oh, did I tell y'all about
I used to love
Did I tell y'all about the last time a dental assistant tried to give me a shot of Novocaine?
Didn't you like almost hit her?
No.
You said,
No, I grabbed her.
Bit the needle
I grabbed
off?
her wrist. I grabbed her wrist and twisted a little bit. I wasn't
you just
intending
grabbed
to
her
hurt
and
her.
you said like,
Slowly
oh.
sunk the needle into her neck, going shh.
He like reverses it. He like reverses it over here and like. She goes limp. Starts convulsing.
She's like, all right, now lay back and open your mouth. And she like put the cotton swabs in, and I thought she was just gonna like start, shop back and shit out or whatever. And then I see the needle out of the corner of my eye, and I was up out of that chair in a flash. And I didn't even realize it. It was just like instinctive, like that fight or flight thing. And as I've told my children whenever they try to scare me, like, we've all got the fight or flight instinct, and mine is kill whatever is in front of me and then figure out what it was after. So like I'm out of the chair before I even realized it, and got her by the wrist, got her wrist twisted around, and she's got the needle, and her eyes were like this big. And I was like, I don't do that. She's like, okay, I'm really sorry. Nobody told me. Then I let go of her. I was like, really sorry about that. Didn't mean to startle you. Just
Didn't mean to assault you like that. No problem.
Right.
I'm not going to rape you. It's okay.
Stay the hell away from me with the needles, and we're all good. Like,
It makes sense now, hearing this aspect of the story. It's not that Justin's so tough he can take the dental pain. It's he's so fucking scared of needles. He's willing to get his fucking teeth drilled out without Novocaine. I feel you. The needle in the mouth thing still weirds me out to this day, even though like I would rather get Novocaine. I don't like getting shots in the mouth. Like I don't like getting shots in, but compared to anywhere else, it kind of sucks. Having to stick fucking needles in your gums is pretty shitty.
I'm not a big fan of needles, period, and which I have people that make fun of me. They're like, "You've got tattoos." I'm like, "That's different, though. I can
It's not
like
the same thing, yeah.
Yeah. See it like I have to tell the nurse assistants like if they ever draw blood, I have to say like I get lightheaded real easy when they take blood, and I'm like just don't let me look and just don't bruise the hell out of me and we're good. Like I just need to lay down and do it. Like I just need to lay down and let you draw the blood.
That's like when I had my collapsed lung, they went to put the chest tube in, and they take like a metal rod that's like this long and just ram it in through your rib cage, and I was cool with that. Like that, I was good with that. But then when they go to put the IV in, because I had to stay there for 3 days. When they go to put the IV in, literally my mom, her best friend, and my then girlfriend, all three were like on top of me, holding me down, so the nurse could put the IV in. 3-inch steel rod going through my rib cage. That's cool. Putting a little needle in my arm. Fuck you. I'll kill everybody in the room.
Ooh, yikes.
So once it's in, like with an IV,
you go
like,
Jordan
pull
Neely
it out?
with it, don't you?
It's kind of
once they got it in, they put like a blanket over it, or like a towel over it, and covered it up where I couldn't see it. And as long as I'm not like actively looking at it and thinking about it,
what happened?
I get queasy. That's it. Like once it's in, I'm good, but it's the act of putting it in that I have a problem with. Like you ever what's the video game BioShock, where like the guy takes the big to charge up his like superpower, he takes the big hypodermic, like rams it in his arm. So like it's really tough in the middle of a boss fight or something where I got to recharge my power, because I'm like, all right, I got to hit this button and then close my eyes while he does this, or I'm gonna throw up. So Makes it difficult playing the game. Or like anytime it happens on a movie or something, I'm just, oh god, fuck, don't do. Could we not? That's it. That's my only, and that's my only thing.
Huh?
See, I don't mind getting like like if they give them in the hip, like it's no big deal. But like if they're having to do it on my arm or like in the mouth, like that's like doing the Novocaine and stuff like that, that sucks.
Stephanie had
I might
had
like this
a.
with Steven. That fuck with me. That might make me pass out. Seeing it done like somebody else a lot of times doesn't help. I almost passed out one time seeing my girl and her friend get their nose pierced. And the artist was talking about doing surface piercings and how like fat will squirt out onto the wall and shit. And I was like, oh, I gotta excuse myself for
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hearing that would be nasty.
Yeah. I had to take a moment. That was rough.
Stephanie has chronic migraines, and she had a thing that was like an injection that she had to put into like either her thigh or like the meaty part of her butt, and so sometimes she would have me do that, and I was okay with that, but it's not like you can't see the needle, like it's like the
it's the little those little prick needles,
yeah, like you just, and apparently I hit her too hard with it, and then she didn't want me to do it ever again. It's like I thought this was like for the
you gotta warm up the area first.
Yeah.
Smacking it around a little bit.
I thought it was like an I thought it was like an EpiPen, like where you're supposed to like whap, you gotta smack that thing on there. I didn't realize it. I could just be gentle with it. Like she didn't give me good instructions. She was like, I just need you to stick this in my butt. And I was like,
just stick it in my ass.
Okay. Alright, whatever you say, dear. Who am I to argue?
You just gotta bend over a little more.
And then I go to rub it in, and she's like, "No, you don't have to do that. Stop."
My wife sliced a part of her finger off a meat slicer when she worked in the deli at Publix, and she had to go to the hospital. And it was like just at the side. But anyhow, I was at my buddy's house, like right down the road from the hospital. It was 4:20, so I'm just stoned out of my mind. And she calls me up, and she's like, "You can meet me at the hospital, And I'm like, "Oh God." So I go down there, and it was a lot of seeing open wounds and seeing shots, and I had a couple moments with the nurse. So she goes, "All right, I got to give you an antibiotic shot." And she goes, "Where do you want it?" Like it's all like goofy and like sexy about it. He goes like, "Where do you want it?" I'm like, "Your ass." I was like, oh my God, nurses are freaks. But she didn't have any skin there. There was nothing to stitch, so they just had to just put a thing over it. They're like, "Yeah, it'll heal over after a while." It did. I think she still has a scar, I'd imagine.
I've never really had
Queasy.
doing it.
What
okay with needles, I think.
Does farm work make you queasy, Clyde? You got anything like animal related that you have a hard time with?
Yeah, I don't like putting it down, but
Yeah.
He's such a gentle soul. He can't do the whole killing thing. He needs somebody like me to just come murder him, and then he can take care of the rest after that's over.
Yeah, once it's done, I
clean him up
okay.
after. Yeah.
I can do all that. It's just the whole.
I remember.
Trigger.
I remember one time we had like a couple possums that got in the old smokehouse, and we're getting into like the animal food and stuff. And Dad was like, "All right," I was young. He was like, "You're gonna kill them." He said, "Just don't look them in the eyes before you do it." He said it makes it really tough. And I sat there and stared them beady-eyed motherfuckers down. I was like, I don't know what the dad's problem is. They're just like pop, pop. Like that wasn't hard. I don't get what his deal is. And that was when I started to realize I might have some slightly sociopathic tendencies. But
As long as you don't have to use lethal injection to put them down, you'll be all right.
That's right. That's right. We're doing it with a gun or a knife, something civilized, and I'm good with it.
Oh shit!
Stick this needle in there. Like, what kind of sick fuck does that?
I just shoot a hole through him.
That's right.
That's the way your organic meat is killed. It's got to be all cruelty free. So they got to anesthetize it first, and then
they have to make it pass out and then administer the it's
they
like-
do. They
So-
actually like gas them first. Yeah.
You're getting all those chemicals. That's cool.
That sounds way more cruel than just a bullet in the head, and they never even know what happened.
Yeah,
I know.
sure does.
Modern industrial agriculture sure is retarded.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.